Despite major criticism, Biden will also make a controversial visit to Saudi Arabia. The president defended his decision in a Washington Post op-ed this weekend, writing, "As president, it is my job to keep our country strong and secure. We have to counter Russia's aggression, put ourselves in the best possible position to outcompete China, and work for greater stability in a consequential region of the world. To do these things, we have to engage directly with countries that can impact those outcomes. Saudi Arabia is one of them, and when I meet with Saudi leaders, my aim will be to strengthen a strategic partnership going forward that's based on mutual interests and responsibilities, while also holding true to fundamental American values." Okay, let's unpack all that stuff that his staff wrote for him in that op-ed. Joining me now with reaction, publisher of the New York Sun, David Foon. David, good to see you.
Pleasure to be with you, Buck.
Let's just, if we can, start with the stop in Israel, the new prime minister, the new situation over there, and how Biden so far is doing from the Israeli perspective. What would you say?
Well, look, there's no question that it's a big step back from how things were going under the previous administration from the Israeli perspective. Having said that, it doesn't seem they've paid a great deal of attention to the issue. Interestingly, there is a lot of political turmoil in Israel, and there are a lot of sort of side issues that are going on. Certainly, Biden's interest in Saudi Arabia and in raising the production of oil. But there is one massive elephant in the room, and that's an elephant that everybody in Israel is aligned on, from the right to the left, all the different prime ministers and political parties. There's very little deviance on this issue, and that's the Iranian nuclear threat. And I think that's where Biden is going to hit the harsh rocks of the Middle East reality, because the way that they are dealing with the Iranian docket is, let's just say, insane in the view of both the Israelis and the Saudis.
Can you dive into that first a little bit, David? What has the Biden administration done? Because, the only foreign policy issue that really gets any attention these days in the media is obviously the Ukraine-Russia war. What has the Biden policy been toward Iran, toward the mullahs?
Well, just so you know, there were reports the other day that Iran is starting to arm the Russians and provide, drones and upgraded drone technology. So it's not unconnected, it's not unrelated. And obviously, the price of gas and the impact that the war has, and the ability that the Saudis have to create some relief globally, is all sort of very intimately intertwined. But in terms of what the administration has been doing, I mean, they seem to be hell-bent on reviving this discarded nuclear deal that wasn't great when it was first signed, was damaging when it was first signed. Certainly now, everybody seems to have moved on. First and foremost, the Iranians, in terms of just ramping up their activity. First of all, their nuclear development activity, but also their malign activity in the region. I mean, you're talking about strikes on our allies in Erbil and in the UAE and in Saudi Arabia. You're talking about harassment of U.S. vessels. I mean, the Iranians have just ratcheted up any negative activity that we've seen. And, the Biden administration just is hanging on to this deal and just saying, please love us back, please love us back. It's time to move on. And certainly there's a lot of frustration and fear in the region over this issue.